Dave Mustaine said one time, and I quote him all the time, he said, if you write stories or if you write songs about events, they're dated. If you write songs about emotion, then they're timeless. And I truly believe that when you write about the human condition, when you write about things that everybody can relate to, and that's always emotion, whether it be anger or whether it be happiness or sadness, people can relate. And there is an audience out there for every kind of story that you could tell. So just go and tell your story, and people will resonate.
Absolutely, yeah. The fact that people will resonate to it, you're absolutely right. It's not just singeritis, Phil. It's not just singeritis at all. That is what people gravitate towards, is the story and what people are saying. You go back and as a kid, you listen to songs, you love songs, had no idea what they were about, but something still resonated. There's a few key words that you took and put in your own perspective and figured out what it meant to you. That still can resonate because you as the artist is still giving a real emotion. And I guess that's where I was going with like the whole, what is selling out when you're an artist? If you're doing, the human condition or something that's happened to you, you're putting out something that's happened to you. For those that are just starting out and everything and worried about how they should go about it, I would say, don't worry about that. To your point, just tell the story. And as long as you're true and honest to the story, there's an audience for it. And I think that's the big point. There's no selling out or anything like that. I mean, when we were kids, that was like a big fucking word. I don't see anyone ever using that term anymore.
I have a theory about why.
Let's hear it.
When we were kids, there was an underground, right? Like, and you had to go and find things. There's no more underground. There is heavy music and there is whatever, but everything is a Google search away. When I was a kid, like when I was like 15, 14, like 1989, I'm dating myself, but like I had to get a ride from my mom to the music outlet, which was 30 minutes away from my house in Connecticut, just so I could look through the bins to find a cover of a death metal band, and maybe I might like it. So I would buy it, hoping that when I got home I liked it, and
then you force yourself to like some of those records. You forced yourself to. I know you did, because I did the same thing.
I mowed 2 lawns for this record.
It's gonna be fucking good no matter what. And I'm gonna tell all my friends it's good, even if it's not good. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. But that's the thing. There is no more underground anymore, and I think that. True. That's something that people don't realize. Like punk rock is never going to be punk rock the way that it was in the 70s and 80s, because it doesn't have the protection of being a secret. Heavy metal, like really underground metal, like black metal and stuff like that, it's never going to be the same because it doesn't have the protection of being a secret. And that the fact that it was a secret and that it wasn't something you could just Google up meant that you could have really edgy stuff and really counterculture stuff. Nowadays, if you do that and someone, a mom's group finds out and doesn't like it, it's gonna be all over Facebook tomorrow, right. and they're gonna blow it up. And it's just that there is no more underground. And so that means there is not the protection of the anonymity or the fact that it's a secret. So subversive things, they don't have they don't have the secrecy anymore, or it's really, really hard to have the secrecy because of the internet. There's no more underground. There's no more edgy things the way there used to be. And I think that might be something that might be lost forever. It might be a bad thing for art, and it might be something that's lost forever just because of the internet. Because the internet, the internet is great for tons and tons and tons of things, but it's a double-edged sword. There are some things that are lost, and that the secrecy that the underground used to provide, it's not there anymore. I think of I'm sure you know Life of Agony, like there's that one song, Crawling from the Underground,
right,
or Underground, and I love Life of Agony. I used to go see that band every time. They're from New York, and they'd play in New England all the time, and I would go see them every time I can. I love them to death. Still think they're great. But that kind of underground is just gone. It doesn't exist anymore, and it's because there is no more secrecy. Everything is instantaneously on the internet and live streamed right into your face.